Good morning. Okay, we're moving into the last section of our PAPE analysis chart for the frog prints. So today in our breakout rooms, we are going to go over purpose and exigence in terms of the frog prints. And so those questions were here in purple and in green. So your purpose should have some to-strong verb, that infinitive phrase, right? And then you're explaining briefly what the writer hopes to accomplish within the text. And then for exigence, again, what inspired or stimulated or provoked the writer to create this version of this text, right? What is that motivating force or emotion? And so once you finish those two things and we've discussed that, we're going to move into our introductory paragraph. This should be color-coded according to the colors on the chart, so that way I know that you've incorporated all elements of the rhetorical situation, and as well as the title and the author and the context. So on your folder for today, I did give you an example, excuse me, of what this might look like using my super brief minimum requirements notes, okay? So these are some of the things that I would have put for persona, audience, purpose, right, and exigence. So dissatisfaction with the fairy tale happily ever after would be something I looked at. And that could also reinforce persona, right, about that realistic kind of pessimism, if you will, of John Skezga. So for me, I color-coded these according to what we saw in the chart. And so here you'll notice in my introduction, I did the same thing. Now again, my organization is different. You can do however you want, as long as I see that all four elements of the rhetorical situation are addressed. So my introduction says, in the whimsical and lighthearted children's book, The Frog Prince Continued, author John Skezga humorously expresses dissatisfaction with the fairy tale notion of happily ever after. Appealing to both children and their parents, he relies on his audience's knowledge of fairy tales to illustrate the idea that despite what we might expect from fairy tales, we are all responsible for creating our own happy endings. So you'll notice it's essentially what I put here. I was just able to synthesize it together in one introductory paragraph that is color-coded for the four different elements of the rhetorical situation. So that is the expectation today when you turn that in. And remember, the assignment page is on Tuesday, so that is where you'll go to submit this assignment. Then your summer reading PAPE analysis is the exact same chart, okay? And all you're doing at the top is you're telling me the title of the book and the author, and essentially doing the same exact process for your book. Now, it's a lot more evidence to go through than 2 pages. So you have until Monday evening. That is not to say wait until Sunday when you don't have time to proofread, which is what I've been having conversations about this week with you in your conference. So it would behoove you to work on at least 2 of these, maybe today or tomorrow, work on a couple this weekend, and spend some time Sunday proofing this, going through it, because this is a major grade. And so that impressive insight and evidence beyond the requirement is something that I'm extremely critical and picky about, especially for summative assignments. So again, simply answering this in bullet points with not even complete thoughts to me is less than, right? So that would probably be maybe in the 70 range, depending upon how specific you were. So be mindful of that and pull up those grading guidelines just to make sure that you're very clear on your expectations for this assignment, okay? So if you have questions, make sure you bring them up either in our conferences or during our Zoom class today or tomorrow, okay? All right, we'll see you later.